Hey guys, so last week I did a video all about my top 5 face brushes, but this week I'm here with my top 5 eye makeup brushes. And it was a lot more difficult for me to choose the top 5 brushes for my eyes because I am all about the creative eye makeup and I use a lot of brushes for my eyes, whereas I tend to use the same ones for my face. But if I could have, I would have chose a lot more brushes than this, and it was much more difficult for me to narrow it down to these ones. But I'm gonna have to tell you that these are my top 5 out of the collection of brushes that I have. And I'm just going to quickly talk to you guys about these brushes. So this one, obviously it's got pink eyeshadow on it at the minute, is it's the eBay version of the MAC 217. So regardless of where I got it from, this is what it's like. You can get very similar ones from Morphe brushes, and this one has like a very kind of tapered bit here, but then when you turn it that way it's very flat, so it's thin that way but wider that way. And the reason that I love this brush so much for my eyes is because you can have it that way, so you can put it this way into your crease and blend like that first, and then after you've had it like that you can turn it like that, so you have a larger area. And you can use it like that to blend a little bit higher up and have a bit more of a transition in your crease. So you can use it to blend like this to start with and then go like that and blend it a little bit more, rather than just having the round one where you just go in circles. I think this one is a little bit nicer to use, and it's great for creative eyeshadow and your basic everyday eyeshadow. Yeah, I use this one a lot. I don't really think it makes a difference what kind of bristles it has, whether it's the black ones like the MAC 224 or these white ones, but it's quite a nice soft brush and it's quite flimsy too, which I guess just helps with the blending in the crease. Next we have this brush. It's a lot smaller than the previous one and it is very round and the bristles are a little bit shorter, and this one I just love it for deepening up the crease. So you can go in with a lighter shade on this larger fluffier brush, and then you can get darker with the smaller one. And you can also use it to pack on very nicely because it's quite dense and small, and then you can also use it to start blending it out up into your transition shade. You can use this again for your basic eye look where you have your browns, or you can use it when deepening up brighter colours. So yeah, this is very good for just deepening up the crease, and I do use that most days. I also use this brush, but a cleaner one, to contour my nose because I do that every day, and I find that it's definitely small enough to get down the sides of my nose and blend as precisely as I want for my nose contour. Next brush is a little bit different. This is from BH Cosmetics and it came in a big set, so it looks just like this. It's nice and tapered and it has like, I don't think it's real animal fur, well I hope it's not, but the bristles are a lot smoother, and it's one of those ones where you wash it with too much oil that the oil sticks to it. So I think when I started out with makeup I used to use this to deepen up the crease, but since I have different brushes for that now, I use this to highlight my brow bone. Now not everyone loves a really shimmery brow bone highlight, but I always do, and because it's nice and tapered it fits under the eyebrow very nicely and you're not like blending it all the way up into your eyebrow or something like that. And this bit just make sure that you don't go all the way down into your crease colour when you're highlighting, and it also fits onto the inner corner very nicely, so you can also use it for an inner corner highlight. And again, this brush I do use most days. The next brush that you're going to want to have is just a flat shader brush. Now I've specifically picked this one because it's quite small and it fits onto the lid to pack the colour on very nicely. Some of them I find they're too big or too dense. This one is very nice and flexible, so it is good to pack the colour on, where some you're just like trying to do it like that because the brush isn't flexible enough, or some of them are too dense that they don't really pack the colour on, they just kind of take it back off again. This one has quite soft bristles and it just seems to pack the colour on very nicely. This one is from a brand called Ivan. Don't know where to find it because I bought this in Spain, and I've googled it and tried to find it online loads of times because I have a few brushes from this brand, but I just can't seem to find it online. But I know a lot of other brands will have brushes similar to this, and there are lots of flat shader brushes out there, but I do suggest that you have one of these for your eye makeup because it's nice to pack colour onto the lid with if you're not going to use your finger. I know I haven't talked about like eyeliner brushes or anything, but I don't really think they're that important, to be honest. I think you just need the thin one and a flat angled eyeliner brush. Either work really, it just depends what you prefer. You can use them for a lot of different things as well, but I didn't really think it was necessary to mention something like that. Instead, I thought it was more important for me to mention this little guy. This almost looks like the flat shader but smaller, but it's quite dense and there are a lot of bristles on it, and it has a nice taper, so it goes very thin at the top. And I love this brush to get right under the eye, to add darker colours underneath the eye, because sometimes find that a lot of brushes are too large to use underneath the eye, because then you end up with eyeshadow blended all the way down into your eye bags, and you don't really want that. And as well as using it underneath the eye, you can definitely use it to create a precise crease and deepen up the outer corner of your eyeshadow, or to blend some eyeliner along the lash line. It has again a lot of opportunities, and I think all of these brushes are very multi-purpose and you can use them for a lot of different things, such as these two. You can definitely use them with cream eyeshadows and of course powder eyeshadows. These ones I'd mostly stick to powdered products. Definitely this one with the brown hairs, it just doesn't take well to liquids at all. And these two, you can use them with cream products, but just like to blend them out. Other than that, I would only use these two for powder because they are so fluffy that any cream product is just going to stick to it and kind of make it clump up. So with these fluffier brushes, I would avoid cream products and just stick to the normal eyeshadows. I understand that these are all from different brands and you might not be able to find them easily, but I'm sure that if you go onto Morphe brushes, then you will find some that are pretty much exactly the same. So Morphe brushes is a very easy place to find makeup brushes. They have a lot of them and you'll be able to find them very easily. Or of course you can look on eBay, because I got these two brushes that were definitely like only 99p and they're excellent. I've had them for well over a year now and there's not much shedding at all, if any. So yeah, I think that's everything that I have to say for this video. Obviously, if you didn't already, then check out my top 5 face brushes video that I put up last week. And if this video was helpful in any way, then give it a thumbs up please, and if you haven't already, then subscribe to my channel so you can watch more of my videos. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye guys.